Out of the ashes of war, a battered Germany struggles to breathe again. In Herzogenaurach, hope flickers in the darkness. In a cramped laundry room, a young man's hands work by candlelight, stitching, shaping, refusing to surrender. Adidas, fueled by grit and dreams, scavenges scraps, old army canvas, worn leather, transforming hardship into invention. Power flickers, machines stall, but Adi pedals a battered bike to keep the dream alive. Every stitch, a rebellion against despair. In that humble workshop, Adidas is born, not from fortune, but from fire. A single pair of shoes, stitched in the shadows, destined to change the world. This is not just a story of shoes, it's a story of defiance, of legacy, and of a name that would echo across generations. The world is about to meet Adidas. Before Adidas, athletes wore basic leather shoes. No support, no grip, no edge. Adi saw an opportunity. Shoes tailored to each sport, each movement. He studied athletes, listened to their needs, and experimented with new materials. His innovations led to the first spiked running shoes, revolutionizing performance on the track. Adi's brother Rudolf joined him, blending Adi's technical genius with his own salesmanship. Together they founded the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory, pioneering athlete-focused footwear. Their reputation grew as athletes won in their shoes, proving the power of innovation. This era set Adidas's core values: relentless innovation, athlete connection, and belief in sport's transformative power. But as their dream flourished, so did tensions that would soon divide them. The seeds of both greatness and rivalry were sown in that small German workshop. Adi and Rudolf Dassler, one a quiet inventor, the other a charismatic salesman, built a powerhouse. Their shoes made headlines at the 1928 Olympics, and by 1936, Jesse Owens wore Dassler spikes to 4 gold medals. The world took notice, orders poured in, and the Dassler name became synonymous with athletic excellence. Their partnership, once their greatest strength, began to strain under success. Adi obsessed over product perfection, while Rudolf pushed for expansion in sales. The company's rapid growth magnified their differences, turning collaboration into competition. Tensions simmered, but their shared ambition kept them moving forward, at least for now. The Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory was on top of the world, but cracks were forming beneath the surface. Their unity had built an empire, but their differences threatened to tear it apart. The stage was set for a dramatic split that would change the sportswear world forever. What began as a family dream was about to become a legendary rivalry. The next chapter would test both brothers and their legacy. World War II brought turmoil to the Dassler family and their factory, now forced to produce military goods. The war intensified personal rifts. Misunderstandings and suspicions poisoned the brothers' trust. A single comment during a bombing raid deepened their divide, turning paranoia into open hostility. After the war, both faced American investigations. Each tried to protect himself, even at the other's expense. Rudolph's arrest and imprisonment convinced him Adi had betrayed him, a point of no return. The family split, with employees and townspeople forced to choose sides. The once collaborative factory became a battleground of loyalty and resentment. The creative energy that built their brand was replaced by rivalry and distrust. It was clear, the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory could not survive with both men at the helm. The dream that united them was now the prize in a bitter feud. The town, the family, and the business were all divided. The inevitable split would reshape not just their lives but the entire sportswear industry. In 1948, the Dassler Brothers partnership ended in a dramatic split. Rudolf founded Puma on one side of Herzogenaurach. Adi stayed and created Adidas on the other. The town was divided. People chose sides by the shoes they wore. Rudolf's company, first called Ruda, soon became Puma, symbolizing agility and power. Adi combined his nickname and surname to form Adidas, registering the iconic 3 stripes in 1949. The rivalry was fierce and personal. Brothers turned competitors, never speaking again. Every innovation, endorsement, and campaign became a battle for supremacy. This competition pushed both brands to new heights, fueling creativity and ambition. From a family feud, 2 global giants emerged, shaping the future of sportswear. Adidas and Puma, born from the same roots, became legendary rivals. Adi Dassler, now leading Adidas alone, was ready to take his vision worldwide. The 3 stripes were about to become a symbol recognized across the globe. With the family feud a reality, Adi Dassler needed a symbol to make his shoes instantly recognizable. He found inspiration in a practical solution: leather stripes for stability. These functional bands became the distinctive 3 stripes logo. By chance, it became one of the most iconic brand marks in history. Adi bought the rights to the three-stripe trademark from Karhu. The 1952 Helsinki Olympics became the first major test for Adidas. Emil Zatopek won 3 gold medals wearing Adidas. Zatopek's success cemented Adidas's reputation as the mark of a champion. The 3 stripes had arrived, setting the foundation for Adidas to become a dominant force. Adi Dassler's genius lay in his relentless pursuit of innovation. He constantly sought new ways to improve athletic performance through better footwear. The 1954 World Cup showcased his revolutionary football boot with screw-in studs. This allowed players to adapt to the muddy conditions, giving the German team superior grip. They achieved a stunning victory known as the Miracle of Bern, thanks to Adidas technology. This was a monumental marketing triumph for Adidas. Soon, everyone wanted the World Cup winning shoes. Adidas became the king of football footwear. Dassler's innovation changed football forever, demonstrating technology's impact on sports. Adidas continued innovating across sports, developing specialized footwear through meticulous research. The message was clear: for advanced, performance-enhancing gear, choose Adidas. The 3 stripes guaranteed quality and innovation. For decades, Adidas was a performance brand designing products for sports. But as sports grew in popular culture, athletes became style icons. The lines blurred between sportswear and everyday wear. Adidas introduced its first apparel piece in 1967, the Franz Beckenbauer tracksuit. Its comfort and iconic 3 stripes made it a hit on and off the field. Soon, trainers like the Samba and Stan Smith found street-style fame. The 3 stripes became a staple in youth subcultures. By the late 70s, Adidas was a global giant, its logo recognized worldwide. Adi Dassler had created not just tools for champions but a global fashion icon. The Olympic Games were the ultimate battleground for Adidas. It was the global stage where the brand could prove its mettle. Victories were broadcast worldwide. The 3 stripes could shine brightest. The 1960s and 70s were a golden era for Adidas at the Olympics. Adidas-clad athletes like Mark Spitz provided moments of inspiration. Spitz famously held his Adidas shoes aloft on the podium, creating an unforgettable image of victory. Teofilo Stevenson won his 2nd of 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals. Alberto Wantarena achieved a historic double, winning gold in both the 400 and 800-meter races. His stride, powered by Adidas spikes, became one of the defining images of the Games. Adi Dassler's strategy was simple: focus on the athlete. He believed that providing the best equipment would lead to authentic marketing. This athlete-centric philosophy was the bedrock of the brand's Olympic supremacy. The 3 stripes were a trusted partner in the quest for Olympic glory. Adidas strategically expanded its influence across a wide spectrum of individual sports, signing athletes who were also cultural icons. In boxing, this meant aligning with Muhammad Ali, who trained and fought in Adidas boots. Tennis was another key focus. Adidas signed stars like Stan Smith, developing signature shoes that transcended the sport. On the football pitch, Adidas signed superstars like Franz Beckenbauer and Johan Cruyff. By diversifying its portfolio, Adidas insulated itself, creating a powerful presence in sports. Adidas refined athlete endorsements, creating the signature shoe. The Stan Smith tennis shoe, rebranded in the 70s, featured a sketch of Stan Smith's face, creating a personal connection. Its popularity exploded, becoming a global fashion staple. It set the template for successful signature shoes. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar basketball shoe was another landmark creation, developed with the NBA legend. The signature shoe strategy was a powerful business model, and these shoes became cultural artifacts. Athletes were genuine partners, resonating with consumers. While Adidas began with performance sportswear, its influence seeped into culture, often unexpectedly. Adidas gear was adopted by youth subcultures. In the UK, football casuals embraced rare, expensive sportswear. Wearing Adidas trainers became a badge of honor. Simultaneously, hip-hop emerged from the Bronx. Pioneers like Run DMC adopted Adidas as their signature look. They wore it because it represented their identity. The brand's athletic authenticity gave it credibility. In 1986, Run DMC released My Adidas, an ode to their shoes. An Adidas executive witnessed their concert and saw the crowd lift their Adidas trainers. Adidas signed Run DMC to a $1 million endorsement deal. This revolutionary partnership bridged sport, street culture, and music. Adidas became a cultural icon. While Adidas conquered the world, The rivalry with Puma burned fiercely in Herzogenaurach. The feud between brothers Adi and Rudolf Dassler never subsided. It was a cold war fought on pitches and tracks, every athlete signing a strategic move. For decades the brands shadowed each other, driven by a desire to prove superiority. This battle, rooted in family betrayal, forced constant innovation. One famous clash involved Johan Cruyff. By the 1974 FIFA World Cup, Cruyff had a Puma contract, but the Dutch team wore Adidas. He refused to wear the three stripes. A special two-stripe shirt was made for Cruyff. This symbolized the deep animosity between the brands. Herzogenaurach remained divided. This war created a duopoly in European sportswear. Focused on their battle, they failed to notice a new threat emerging. In the 1970s, Nike, a new brand from Oregon, began to make waves. Initially an underdog, Nike sought to break into a market dominated by Adidas and Puma. Founders Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman focused on marketing and brand storytelling, selling a philosophy of rebellion and self-improvement. This resonated with the jogging craze in America, while Adidas was slow to recognize the threat. Adi Dassler's death in 1978 marked a turning point. Nike aggressively moved into Adidas's territory, like basketball and tennis, investing heavily in marketing and rebellious athletes. Nike positioned itself as the brand for the underdog, setting the stage for confrontation with the king of sportswear. The 1980s became the battleground where Adidas and Nike fought for dominance, especially in the lucrative American basketball market. Nike saw an opportunity to redefine the sports culture. In 1984 they signed Michael Jordan. Nike offered Jordan a signature shoe deal, creating the Air Jordan line. They built a marketing campaign around Jordan's talent. When the NBA banned the Air Jordan 1, Nike turned it into a marketing masterstroke. The Air Jordan became the most coveted shoe, and Nike's basketball business exploded. Nike created a cultural phenomenon. By the end of the 1980s, Nike had surged past Adidas to become the world's #1 sportswear company. Adidas was facing its greatest challenge yet. The 1980s were a bruising decade for Adidas. Knocked from its top spot by Nike, and with the passing of its founder, the company struggled. It seemed the three stripes might fade away. But Adidas began a determined fight back, rediscovering the core principles that had made it great: a commitment to athletes and an obsession with innovation. The company restructured and reconnected with its heritage. Its history was a powerful asset. Classic designs represented an authenticity newer brands could not manufacture. In the 90s, Adidas reclaimed its territory in football and launched bold product lines. This was a direct appeal to serious athletes. The sleeping giant was beginning to stir, demonstrating the true character of the Adidas brand. This set the stage for a new chapter, proving that an icon could not only endure but also reinvent itself. Entering the new millennium, Adidas embraced a new multifaceted strategy. It understood that it could not beat Nike by playing the same game. Instead, it carved its own path, creating a unique identity built on three distinct pillars: sport performance, originals, and style. The sport performance division continued the legacy of Adi Dassler, focusing on creating cutting-edge technology to help athletes break records. Innovations like the Boost cushioning technology, introduced in 2013, were a game-changer, providing unparalleled energy return and comfort, and helping Adidas reclaim significant ground in the competitive running shoe market. This reaffirmed the brand's commitment to being at the forefront of athletic engineering. Simultaneously, the Originals division, with its iconic trefoil logo, celebrated the brand's incredible heritage. Adidas masterfully re-released classic trainers from its archives, tapping into a powerful wave of nostalgia and the enduring appeal of vintage style. Shoes like the Superstar and the Stan Smith were not just reissued, they were reborn, becoming staples for a new generation of fashion-conscious consumers. This division allowed Adidas to leverage its rich history as a powerful marketing tool, creating a sense of authenticity and timeless cool that set it apart from its competitors. The Originals line proved that what was once old could, in the right hands, become new and exciting again. The third pillar of the strategy was daring collaborations. Adidas pioneered a new model of partnership, moving beyond athletes to embrace creative forces from the worlds of fashion and music. Groundbreaking collaborations with designers like Yohji Yamamoto, Y3, and Stella McCartney blurred the lines between high fashion and sportswear, creating entirely new categories of athletic luxury. Most significantly, the partnership with musician and designer Kanye West to create the Yeezy line was a cultural phenomenon. The limited edition releases generated unprecedented hype and demand, proving that Adidas could create cultural moments that were just as powerful, if not more so, than Nike's Jordan brand. This three-pronged approach allowed Adidas to be many things to many people without diluting its core identity. It could be the serious choice for a marathon runner, a retro-style statement for a fashion blogger, and a high-fashion item for a celebrity, all at the same time. This versatility became its greatest strength in the 21st century. The brand learned to speak multiple languages, connecting with diverse subcultures and markets around the globe. Adidas was no longer just fighting back, it was thriving, setting trends, and once again shaping the future of sport and style on its own terms. From a humble washroom in a small German town to a global cultural powerhouse, the story of Adidas is one of remarkable resilience and constant evolution. It is a journey that mirrors the evolution of sport itself, from the amateur competitions of the early 20th century to the billion-dollar global spectacle it is today. The brand's success was never accidental. It was built on the foundation of Adidasler's simple, powerful vision, to listen to athletes and provide them with the best possible equipment to achieve their goals. This athlete-centric philosophy remains the beating heart of the company, the source of its most enduring credibility. The brand's identity is inextricably linked with some of the most iconic moments in sporting history. The Miracle of Bern, Jesse Owens' defiance in Berlin, Muhammad Ali's shuffle in the ring, and Messi's magic on the football pitch. The three stripes were there for all of them. This deep and authentic connection to sporting greatness is a legacy that cannot be bought or fabricated. It has given the brand a soul, a history that resonates with fans and consumers on a level that goes far beyond mere product features. Wearing Adidas is, in a small way, connecting to that rich tapestry of human achievement and sporting drama. Yet the legacy of Adidas extends far beyond the stadium. Its journey into popular culture, from the tracksuits of Run DMC to the fashion runways of Paris, demonstrates its unique ability to transcend its origins. The brand became a symbol, a canvas upon which different subcultures could project their own identities. This cultural adoption was rarely planned from a boardroom. It grew organically from the streets, giving Adidas a level of cool and authenticity that many brands crave but few ever achieve. It proved that a product designed for performance could also become a powerful statement of personal style and cultural belonging. Today, as Adidas continues to innovate and compete, it carries with it the full weight of its history. It is a story of family and feud, of victory and defeat, of technological breakthroughs and cultural moments. The rivalry with Puma, born from brotherly betrayal, and the epic market battles with Nike, forged a stronger, smarter, and more resilient company. The three stripes have come to symbolize more than just a brand. They represent a legacy stitched together over a century, a legacy of innovation, performance, and an unbreakable bond between sport and culture. The small-town dream of Adi Dassler truly did change the world.